Now, with Amazon's purchase of Whole Foods, there's some people asking if Amazon is a monopoly or acting like monopolistically. Should it be broken up? Who better to answer that question? The man who knows the law inside and out, Judge Andrew Napolitano. It's great to be back with you,
Yes,
Judge.
it's a pleasure to be back with you.
Okay, let me preface this.
Please.
The old antitrust laws, written, what, about a century ago?
Just about, in the progressive era.
They don't seem to apply to the modern, gigantic companies like Amazon, which really have an extraordinary amount of power. So should we update the antitrust rules and take Amazon apart?
Most people would say no to updating the law, but what needs to be examined is the way the law is being interpreted. So there are three ways that the courts have used to decide whether or not a company is a monopoly. One is market share. Difficult with Amazon because there's so many different markets. The second is, does the alleged monopolist control the market around it, the means of delivery, the means of manufacturing, the means of financing, the means of acquiring the goods that it sells. Third is, and this is the one that judges have most frequently used in the post-Reagan era, which has resulted in less judicial interference. Has it affected prices? So the general rule is when prices go down, we don't care about market share because the consumer benefits. So Jeff Bezos lowers the price of lettuce. Is he doing it because he wants, and just hypothetical, because he wants to sell more lettuce, or he wants to put other lettuce sellers out of business who can't possibly afford to sell it at that price? That would be a judicial inquiry, and depending upon his motivation would determine whether or not they're going to go after him.
Well, there are grounds to go after him.
There are. But adding to this is the president has not yet filled the seats on the Federal Trade Commission, which theoretically has to approve this acquisition.
Cast your mind. I'm sorry, I keep interrupting you. It's so good to be back. But, I mean, in the late 90s and the early part of this century, Google had a clear monopolistic position in search.
Yes.
I mean, it became a verb. I Googled it.
Yes,
okay?
It still is.
But the Obama administration took no action against Google, perhaps because Chairman Emeritus Eric Schmidt ran President Obama's technical operation in both elections.
I mean, that could be a reason. The other reason could be it works so well, everybody uses it. It doesn't cost us anything. I suppose we pay for it by higher prices from the goods that advertise
there. But it kept competitors out.
Yes, yes, it did. Under one of those theories, then, market share, not prices, market share, the Justice Department could intervene. So you're probably not going to have an aggressive Justice Department under Jeff Sessions in this area. But if you did, they would have to persuade the courts which way to look at it. Market share, control of the industry around it, or prices.
Of course, Jeff Bezos owns the Washington Post, which is the principal vehicle of contempt for President Trump.
Yes.
It's quite easy to see this president turn around and say, you know, Jeff, you might have an antitrust problem.
I would hope not. I would hope that Jeff's political views, as antithetical as they may be to yours and ours, and most people watching us, would be protected speech.
Yeah, Judge. It's nice to be back. Thank you very much,
Good
sir.
to be abused by you.
Yeah.